Well, it is Tuesday, September 23rd. We are continuing to track major Hurricane Gabrielle as it now has begun that east-northeastern turn back out into the Atlantic Ocean, moving at 20 miles per hour, but still of Category 4 status with sustained winds of 140 miles per hour and a central pressure of 948 millibars. So the good news is, if Gabrielle continues across this east-northeastern direction, there is nothing that is going to impact over the course of the rest of the work week and as we go into the beginning of the weekend. But as you can see the steady weakening in the categories down from a 4 to a 3 to a 2 to a 1 and eventually down to tropical storm status. And as it approaches the western coast of Europe, that would be sometime later into Sunday afternoon. Still 40-mile-per-hour winds, pockets of heavy rain and gusty winds could be impacting areas like Portugal and Spain. So areas in Western Europe are wanting to keep a close eye on the progress of Hurricane Gabrielle. But us here in the United States, specifically here in central Georgia, down in the southeast as well, we want to keep an eye out for these two potential systems. The chances are steadily going up with this first wave, as the orange shaded area a little bit closer to our neck of the woods. But right now, it looks like it's still going to take some time for this system to get its act together. Moderate chances of developing over the next 7 days, but only a slim 20% chance of developing over the next 48 hours. Now the wave behind it has much better chances of developing not only over the next 2 days, but also over the next 7 days. High chances of development at 90% over the course of the next 7 days, and then a 50% chance of developing within the next 48 hours, which would be by the time we roll into Thursday. So both these systems very close by one another. We're going to want to keep an eye on their potential path and their development, but also if they want to interact with one another and maybe even form into more of a clustered low pressure system. So obviously there's a lot of possibilities, makes it a bit of a difficult forecast. As of right now, we're still not seeing any impacts into areas of the United States, except maybe potentially some disorganized moisture moving onshore of the Carolinas and into portions of Virginia. But right now, that is far from set in stone. We're going to continue to keep an eye on both of those areas and continue to keep you updated. But if both of them decide to get their act together, the next two names to claim would be Umberto and Imelda, the H and I name storms. And the H name is of vital importance because on September 24th, that will be the official anniversary of when Hurricane Helene formed last year. And if we do that exact same thing on September 24th or 25th, we're running at a very similar pace to last year's hurricane season. Not to say that we're going to end up like last year's hurricane season with the above average numbers, but it is something to monitor as we're running at a very similar pace to it, and we still have the potential for the second half of the tropic season to be quite active.